This is the Dyson V11 Origin cordless vacuum. I've had this for a bit now, and a few people ask me about it, so here's my take. Setting it up was simple. The main parts click together without much effort. I attached the wand, added the Motorbar cleaner head, and charged the battery before using it. A full charge takes around 4.5 hours, so this is not something I can quickly recharge during a short break. The body feels solid, but it does use a lot of plastic. That has not caused any problems for me. The connections feel secure, and nothing feels loose when I move it around furniture. The nickel and blue color combination is easy to recognize, though appearance is not a big factor for me with a vacuum. The V11 weighs about 6.7 pounds when fully assembled. It moves easily across the floor, and the cleaner head turns well around chair legs and corners. Most of the weight sits near the handle, though I notice that more when cleaning stairs, shelves, or anything above shoulder level. My wrist gets tired if I hold it up for too long. On hard floors, it picks up everyday dirt without much trouble. I have used it for dust, crumbs, pet hair, and small pieces of dry food. It usually collects everything in 1 or 2 passes. Larger pieces can sometimes get pushed around depending on the angle of the cleaner head, but that has not happened often. Carpet is where I notice the stronger suction. The Motorbar head gets into the carpet fibers and pulls out dirt that is not always visible on the surface. I have used other cordless vacuums that feel lighter, but some of them need several passes on the same area. With the V11, I usually do fewer repeat passes. There are 3 power settings. I use auto or med mode most of the time. The vacuum adjusts its power depending on the resistance from the floor. I can hear the motor change when I move from hard flooring onto carpet. It happens without me stopping to adjust anything, which makes regular cleaning easier. Eco mode is useful for lighter cleaning. Dyson says a battery can run for up to 60 minutes in this mode, but actual time depends on the attachment and the surface. I get the longest use when I am cleaning hard floors or using a non-motorized tool. Boost mode has much stronger suction, but I only use it for small areas. The battery drops quickly in this setting. I have found it more useful for a dirty rug, a car mat, or one spot that needs extra work. On a lightweight rug, boost mode can create too much suction. The head may grab the fabric and become difficult to push. The screen on the back is more useful than I expected. It shows the selected power mode and gives a live estimate of the remaining battery time. The number changes depending on the mode and attachment. That helps me decide whether I can finish another room or need to charge it. The screen also shows maintenance and blockage alerts. I had a blockage warning after picking up a piece of debris that was too large for the wand. The message helped me find the problem quickly instead of wondering why the suction had dropped. One thing I was concerned about was hair wrapping around the brush roll. That has happened with other vacuums I have used, especially with long hair. The Motorbar head has vanes that move hair away from the brush and into the bin. It does reduce wrapping quite a bit. I still check the roller from time to time, but I do not have to cut hair away from it as often. The hair screw tool is helpful on upholstery and pet beds. Its cone-shaped brush moves hair toward the end, instead of letting it build up around the roller. I have found it easier to clean than a standard small brush attachment. The suction is strong, but the dustbin is not large. It holds around 0.2 gallons, or about 0.76 liters. That is enough for a normal cleaning session in a smaller space. If I am cleaning several rooms or picking up a lot of pet hair, I may empty it more than once. Emptying the bin is fairly clean. I remove the wand, hold the vacuum over a trash can, and push the red lever. The inside section moves forward and pushes the debris out. Fine dust can still create a small cloud, so I try to place the bin deep inside the trash before opening it. The trigger is one part one have mixed feelings about. I have to hold it down the entire time the vacuum is running. This saves battery when I move between areas, but my finger gets tired during longer cleaning sessions. There is no trigger lock, and I would rather have a regular on and off button. Converting it into a handheld vacuum takes only a few seconds. I use that setup for furniture, stairs, baseboards, and the inside of my car. It is convenient, but the weight near the handle becomes more noticeable without the wand resting against the floor. For short jobs, it is fine. For extended overhead cleaning, it can feel tiring. The filtration system is sealed, and uses a washable filter. I rinse the filter with cold water about once a month, depending on how much I have used the vacuum. It needs to dry for at least 24 hours before going back into machine. I make sure it's completely dry because putting it back while damp can cause problems. Compared with a corded vacuum, I like not having to find an outlet or move a cable from room to room. The V11 is easier to grab for quick cleaning. A corded model still makes more sense to me for very long sessions because there is no battery limit and the dustbin is often larger. Compared with cheaper cordless models I have used, the V11 has stronger carpet pickup and a more useful battery display. The trade-offs are the weight near the handle, the small bin, the trigger, and the long charging time. Those details matter more than they might seem when I use it regularly. I think this model makes sense for a small or medium-sized home, especially with a mix of hard floors and carpet. It also works well for pet hair and quick daily cleaning. I would be less likely to choose it for a very large home if I wanted to clean everything in one session. The limited bin size and charging time could become frustrating in that situation. My experience has been good, but it is not free of compromises. I like the suction, the floor adjustment, the hair handling, and the battery countdown. I do not like holding the trigger, and I notice the weight during handheld use. If those downsides sound manageable, I can recommend taking a closer look at it. Subscribe to the channel if this review was helpful, and leave a comment if there is anything else about the Dyson V11 Origin that I should test or explain. Thank you for watching.